Sup peeps, my name's Ian. I sell books on eBay and Vinted, and today I've got more than 100 books going out the door. I thought, right, I'll get out early, do the picking, come back, get it all shipped out super early, just ram on with the day. And then after it took me over an hour to pick all the books, I realised that I'm not actually going to get everything to the drop-off points before midday, which is the ideal. So I'm going to share them with you guys, which is what I really want to do anyway. You know, it's nice to show what is selling. We've got some big books, we've got some little books, we've got some expensive books, we've got some cheap books, we've got quite a few bundles on eBay, and then the vast majority on Vinted. Most of it from just yesterday on Sunday. Saturday was really quiet, but Sunday was a really good day. So I'm going to have to do this in chunks. So first up, I will run through the eBay orders, show you what's going out the door, and then I'll grab some of the Vinted ones and start showing you them as well. So where shall we begin? Let's begin at the beginning. That's always the best thing to do. First eBay order, which sold for £9.99. Two Tom Gates books, Liz Pichon, a couple of hardcovers. Well, everything seems to be at a slightly funny angle today. I'm not sure if it is or isn't. But anyway, we've got the two Liz Pichon books, and they sold for £9.99. So I can sit them there. Right, next up. So I mentioned the other day that I'd got my Lee Child listing back up and running, because the Lee Child always sells well, so it seems daft not to have a listing going for him. And this first lot went for £9.98, and it is a bundle of 3 Lee Child books. There we go. We've got Personal, A Wanted Man, and The Secret. That's got a wee gift aid sticker on it, so I better get that peeled off. Bump, and that goes over there. So £9.98 for the 3 of those. Then we've got not Lee Child. It's Alex Gray instead, which I think will have gone for £14.97. Yep, £14.97. Obviously this includes postage. Some listings I charge postage, some listings I don't. It just depends on how they're set up. So whatever I'm saying, it includes postage. Alex Gray, Scottish author. Before the Storm. What's that one? Pitch Black. The Darkest Goodbye. Never Somewhere Else. And finally, 5 Ways to Kill a Man. That's probably the most popular Alex Gray book that I sell. Right, so that's 3 down, which takes us to another Lee Child bundle. £14.97 for 5 of these bad boys. If I can get my hands on them. There we go. We've got, is this the right lot? Yes, it is. One Shot. Two Shot, no, Bad Luck in Trouble. But it was Two Shot, because it was the second series. You know what I mean? Aye. Past Tense. Personal, and The Midnight Line. So Lee Child's doing well at the moment because the listing's got a bit of momentum. Once you get a bit of momentum, you know, it's going in, and so yesterday it's going to look like it sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 14 books from that one listing. So that listing has had like 14 sales in a 24-hour period, which means that eBay's going to get all excited and drive anyone looking for Lee Child books towards that listing. And hopefully I've still got enough left to keep selling. Because that's the danger. You get to a point and then there's not the stock there, and it just all comes to a kind of crash and halt because people are now going into your listing and not buying anything. You know what I mean? Caffeine. Right. The next is a bit different. So, these are not pick-up books. These kind of my own books. everything I buy, whether it's something for me to read and then resell, or whether it's something for the collection, nearly everything, it does have a value to it, and it will be listed at some point somewhere or other. So broken binding, I've been trying to go into the subscription list for a wee while, and last year I finally got onto the sci-fi sub list. The sci-fi books, I quite enjoy a bit of sci-fi, but some of them are worth way more than keeping them on the shelf. So £31 every 2 months. So 93 quid I paid for these 3 books. £93, which is a lot of money to put in to just a few books. 2 seconds. Back again. Can't remember what I was talking about. Phone's ringing, you know. Got to do what you got to do. Yeah, so something to do with broken binding in these books. So yeah, yep, I remember now. 93 quid I paid for these, and they've been a lovely addition to the collection for a wee while. Will I get round to reading them? To be honest, I don't know. Chonkers of books, and they may or may not be my thing. I've had them in paperback before and wasn't getting around to reading them, so sold them on eBay. And that's what I've done with this hardcover set. It is, of course, The 3 Body Problem by Sichin Liu. Anyway, it's those ones. Beautiful, beautiful editions. They really, really are. Quite gorge. That's the first one. There's the second one. The second body as well. The Dark Forest there. And then Death's End is the third in the series. So I watched it on Netflix and it was alright. You just get the impression it's going to go somewhere huge as the series progresses. But I got an offer, £150 for the 3 books. I say I paid 93. They're going to cost £7 to post, so that's 100 quid straight away. eBay took £18 in fees, so really you're looking at like, what's that, a £30 profit from investing £93. Not worth it from that point of view, but they've looked lovely on the shelf for a wee while. I've got some quite significant plans for what I want to be doing in this business over the coming months, and anything that I can get in to do that is going to be helpful. So yeah, it's not an awful lot of profit, but these were bought and paid for, so it's, you know, £100 plus back into the business at the moment, which really does help get towards what it is I am looking to do. So yep, The 3 Body Problem, Broken Binding Collection, Sichin Liu, 150 quid. So a nice sale for the day. And they'll take some careful packing to make sure that they're all good to go. Right, next we have another two Lee Child books. The Lee Child books just keep selling. Gone Tomorrow and Personal, which 2 books must have sold for, what's the offer on that one? £7.48 for the 2 of them. And finally, is that them all actually? Why have I got 2 over there? Oh, the other Lee Child books sold on Vinted. So there you go. Yeah, Lee Child is selling everywhere. So that's the eBay sales from yesterday. I think it's just under £200 for the lot. Obviously a big chunk of that, the 3 Body Problem collection. But, you know, sales is sales. We're going to take them no matter what. So as the eBay orders, I'm going to pause for a moment, get them packed up and out of the way, and then have a look at what's sold on Vinted. Exciting times. Back in a mo. Round 2. We're on to some Vinted sales now. I had three big blue IKEA bags of books to run through. We've done one, about one, maybe a wee bit more than one, because there was a few that I didn't have at the storage unit that were already here, but you know, there or thereabouts. So the next lot is Vinted, and we shall begin with, I don't know where I put them, there they are there, for £10 for books. We've got Night School by Lee Child. We've got The Wildcats of Exeter by Edward Marston. And then we've got a nice wee sprayed edge edition of Blue Moon by Lee Child. And Better Off Dead, hardcover, but no fancy sprayed edges on that one. So the four of them for a tenner. A wee bit more than usual because I bumped up the price for the sprayed edge book. Why not? It's slightly more unique. So let's try and get some money for it. Next is The Lords of the North. So everything's piled kind of precariously high to me here. Again, another quite nice little sale on its own. First edition of The Lords of the North, £4.50. First edition hardcover. And then another single book, £1.25. Stephen Fry's Troy. Another series that always seems to be popular. Right, next there's two big bundles, but I'm going to come back and do them after, because they're in a bag all by themselves. We've got two books by Anthony Beevor. We have the Second World War, which you could club a granny to death with, and then The Battle for Spain, which would do similar damage to an old auntie. Sorry, that's just violence. I apologise, I take that back. They'll hold your door open. The Battle for Spain and the Second World War, Anthony Beevor, £3? £3 for the two of them. Right. A book set. Anthony Horowitz, The Power of Five, books 1 to 5. There you go, all 5 of them. All in really good, clean condition. And that set sold for £6. And I'm going to pop them down there as well. Right. DVDs. So I did try listing a few DVDs on to Vinted just to see what would happen. That shelf there is all I've got listed. I've not gone overboard with it. I mean, I've got thousands of the things. But I'm trying a few different types of titles, and what seems to be working are like kind of classics. Classics, modern classics, all of those. Top Gun, Casino, Casablanca, Player Tram, All Quiet on the Western Front, and Michael Caine's Alfie, not the horrible remake that they made. And the 5 of them sold for £5. So I've put the DVDs up, £1 each. Quite happy to take offers, you know, on bundles. But somebody's come in and bought the 5 of those for £5. If I do pay for DVDs, I don't pay any more than 10 pence each. But that's a rare thing in itself. So yeah, DVDs. I'm getting a wee something out of them. Next we have Danielle Steele. Nice wee hardcover. Pegasus. Sold for £2. Everyone's favourite Vic Reeves' pal, Bob Mortimer and Away. Again, a book that sold more than twice, £1.50. They just keep going. Harry McCleary, kids books. So I did stick up another little bundle of kids books at some point over the weekend, and nearly all of them sold straight away. So I've maybe got 20 odd kids books listed at the moment. I do have another few hundred that I'm just trying to trickle in, see where I can find the time to do them. But £1 for a kiddies book, so £1 for Scattercat. Harry McCleary's Scattercat. It's a belter. Right, a bundle of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 books for £12.60. Maggie O'Farrell. Richard Dawkins. Stephanie Perkins. Lee Bardugo. Matt Haig, Joe Nesbo, Jan Martel, and Stephen King. So somebody's got themselves a cracking little bundle there for £12.60. Yes, and I have sold some books, so everybody's happy. Whole of single books. We've got The Bigamist by Mary Turner Thompson, the true story of a husband's ultimate betrayal. Meh. There we go. £1. The Unexpected Joy of Being Sober by Catherine Gray. £1.50. 3 Nora Roberts for £2.60. So, took an offer. I think I had them listed at like $1.25 each, but took an offer. Somebody wants them for their holidays. So they've said please post them as quickly as possible because they need them before they go off on their hollywobbles in a few days, which means they've probably chosen the slowest postal service going. Yep, Yodel. So they'll go out today, which means they'll probably get picked up from the drop-off point tomorrow, maybe this afternoon, probably tomorrow, which takes us to the 1st. Now, Yodel say 72-hour delivery, so call that a week and a half. Hopefully they'll get there. But £2.60 for the 3 Nora Robertses. And then we've got a bundle of 12. A bundle of 12 for 20 squids. 20 squids for 12 books. Why is that? Oh, I know why that is. Because one of those books is 5 books. 6 books. It is Princess Poppy. A little book bag set of Princess Poppy books. All in really good nick. I don't know what I listed them for on their own, but somebody made me an offer. And I've taken 20 quid for the whole heaping pile. Which means if I slide them to there, I've got room for the next book in that pile, which is another kiddies book. We've got the Polar Express. Then, Broken Homes, Ben Aranovich. I feel like my ears need to pop. The pressure must have just... So high pressure inside. The pressure in the room has just plummeted and made my ears go funny. Lessons in Chemistry. Bonnie Garmis. Again, I don't know how many times I've sold this book, and I just picked up another copy yesterday, so that's always good. Leanne Moriarty, 9 Perfect Strangers. A new upcoming author, Miss Agatha Christie. Caroline Kempnes. Anyway, it's that You programme off of Netflix, and that'd be one of the books about it. Epic Zero series collection books 1 to 3. Some kiddie stuff going on there. Michael Booker's The Business. A bit of a theme for these next couple. The Wolf of Wall Street. Ashley Audrain. There you go. The Push. And finally, in that little bundle, there's always a chonker, isn't there? There you go. The Goldfinch by Donna Bramley Apple Tart. Bundle of 12. 20 quid. Next time, Marco's Pride. So I listed a wee pile of Mills and Boons. I've got hundreds more, just to see if there was any interest, and I think that's possibly the first one to sell. Sold for £1, but I mean they're just wee throwaway Mills and Boons, so I can't really complain about getting £1 for that. Walfred and the Bold Boys. Although somehow I've managed to put in the title Walfred and the Cood Boys. It's only one letter out, but it changes the word very, very much. Celtic's Founding Fathers. There we go. A wee book on the Celtic. And that's sold for £15. So you can sell good books for reasonable money on Vinted. 2 more orders for this lot, and then I'll pack this lot this stuff up and go and get the rest. We've got 2 Karen Slaughter books, which sold for £2.50. A couple of hardcovers, ching ching. And finally, which just came in, we've got Me Before You by Jojo Moyes, which sold for £2. So there you go. So that is the second lot of Vinted. Second lot, first lot of Vinted. And yeah, it's a lot of books. I've still got another 2 orders that are 20 plus books each. And another wee half bag of singles and bits and pieces. But I need to get this lot dealt with first to make sure I've got space to show you the rest. So once more, I'll be back in a mo. Blonk, back in the seat, back again. So that first lot of Vinted and Royal Mail is all packed up, shipped out. I'm just so running out of space here that I went and dropped them all off before doing anything else. So it's now nearly 2 o'clock, you know, the day is getting on. But we've got some more orders to look at. And first up, another wee eBay order has come through, so I'm going to show you that just now instead of saving it for tomorrow. And that way I can just get it all packed up as well and shipped off. And it is a wee bundle of dollar western books. So, you know, a fistful of dollars for a few dollars more, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. And A Dollar to Die For, a coffin full of dollars. There's loads in the series, and I found these a couple of months ago now. There we go. For a few dollars more by Joe Millard. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly by Joe Millard. By Joe Millard, a coffin full of dollars. And also by, no, this time it's by Brian Fox, A Dollar to Die For. So they're all A Man with No Name books, you know, cashing in on the Clint spaghetti western thing. And the 4 of them, those 4 little paperbacks, £50. They sold for £50 over on eBay. So they've sat for a wee while, not that long, but that's a really nice return on 4 little paperbacks. And it's again the kind of books, when I see them in the shops, I don't pick them up thinking, right, they're worth a tenner each or anything like that. It's just a case of, yeah, that's interesting. That intrigues me. So I'm going to pick them up and then we'll see what we can do with them, which in this case is selling for £50. So that was a nice wee sale. But that's all that's come in on eBay since I spoke to you last. So it means we can go and look at which pile's which? This pile, 20 books for £20. So somebody made me an offer, and I've got so many thousands of books that I just want to get them sold. I'm still picking up books all the time. Space has not quite got to it's a premium stage yet in storage, but it's getting close. So really just want to get stuff in, get it out. Even if it's only turning a small profit, as long as it makes it worth my while to do, I'm going to do that. And at £1 a book, that works fine, because it's just one big package to make up and off they go. So 20 books. Now, there's only 19 here because I forgot to actually grab one when I was pulling this lot together. So I'll be getting it later on when I pop back out. But for now, there's 19. The one that's missing is Run Rose Run by Mr. James Patterson. So it's to be added to this pile. And the first one in this lot is a nice big cookbook. How to Bake by Mr. Paul Hollywood, famous from the Meerkat adverts these days. Simples. How to Kill Your Family, Bella Mackie, another regular popular seller. Ellie Griffiths, The Crossing Places. Dramatic Murder by Elizabeth Anthony. These are British Library crime classics, yes. So I've picked up a few of these recently, and they all seem to be quite popular, and they're selling quite well. So if you see them, perhaps they will be worth your while. The Poison Tree by Erin Kelly. Dolly Alderton, Ghosts, another one that sells regularly. More Caroline Kemnes, You, that Netflix series again. David Mitchell, Unruly, Not the David Mitchell who writes good books, but the wee bloke off the telly. The House at Riverton by Kate Morton. Inspector Colbeck's Casebook, Edward Marston. The Axeman's Jazz, Ray Celestin. Nocturnal Animals by, what's his name? Was it Austin? Yeah, Austin Wright. Bit of Denzel, Whiskey from Small Glasses. The Marple Book, so 12 stories, 12 authors. Who have we got? We've got Val McDermott, Karen McManus, Kate Moss, Ruth Ware, Lee Badargo, Lucy Foley, Ellie Griffith. There you go, that's it. Again, that sells quite well, quite regularly. Lynn Anderson, Driftnet. And then finishing it up with 4 more Edward Marston books. So we've got The Dance of Death, Deeds of Darkness, The Trip to Jerusalem, and A Ticket to Oblivion. So that's a bundle of 20 for 20 quid. 20 books, so that cost me maximum £5. So £15 back for whatever it took to list them, pick them and pack them, which is kind of right on the edge of where I would want to be for the amount of time it takes to list things on Vinted. 20 books, it could take me half an hour to list them, another 10-15 minutes to pick them, another 10-15 minutes to get them all packed up, shipped off. So it's like £15 profit for an hour's effort, which isn't great, but it's money and it keeps things ticking over. Right, we have another big bundle. I'm going to do the other big bundle, then we've got a few single books or smaller bundles, and that is it. This is 23 books for £30. So that's a wee bit better of a return. Practically the same cost to do everything with it, but it's an extra tenner. No brainer. You want the good things in life, don't you? Right, let's do the hardcovers first. More Lee Bardugo and Danny Pendergrast. Demon in the Wood, Grishaverse, hardcover graphic novel. Making space at my feet to pile these up. Then we've got Melanie Blake, Ruthless Women. Some Pratchett, Dragons at Crumbling Castle. The sun has just come out and makes me want to sneeze. Sneeze, Not Shiver by Ali Reynolds. No such thing as dragons. Philip Reeve. I like Philip Reeve. Mortal Engines. Love that series. Peter Straub. Magic Terror. Some vintage horror going on there. Louise Candlish. The Other Passenger. Lucy Clark, The Hike. Another very popular author who sells all the time, Claire Douglas, The Wrong Sister. Andrea Mara, Hide and Seek. Peekaboo, I found you. Robin Hood by Henry Gilbert. Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood. Oh, there's the real David Mitchell. The Cloud Atlas. And his merry men. Stealing Snow by Daniel Page. I'll stop that now. The Secrets of Deercliff Grange School, Kim Newman. I didn't know he was an author until relatively recently. Used to get all his movie review stuff, but Angie Thomas, Concrete Rose. So not Thug, Concrete Rose. The Ruby and the Smoke by Philip Pullman. Nice wee addition, that one. Again, nice, good wee series of books, that. The Return of the Count, in which the undead get out of bed, by Gary Morecambe. I'm saying that in the Dracula voice, but it is not probably relevant. War is Over, David Almond. War is over. My Hero, Academia, Volume 2. Invisible Fiends, Mr. Mumbles by Barry Hutchison. Hutchison, not Hutchinson. Hutchison. And finally in that bundle, we've got by Larry Dawn, Wolf Notes, First Aid for Fairies, und Maz Ronink. And that's a bundle of 23 for 30 quid, which will go into a little box or something and be shipped later today. Right, that's the big bundles. So I mean, 50 quid for those two bundles. That's alright. Kind of £60 a day is the average I've been hitting on Vinted, so 50 quid from two orders. How could you not be delighted with that? Right, I think I need to go to the bottom of the list now. Where's the bottom of the list? Where is the bottom? Yes, Karen Rose, £2.50 for two paperbacks, Cold Blooded Liar and Cheater. We also have two books by Ms. Victoria Hislop, One August Night and The Island. And they sold for £2.25. Oh, I'm going to be a millionaire, man. 5-book bundle for £6.75. We've got Max Brooks, 2 Michael Lewis, is that The Big Short and Liar's Poker, Tesseract by Alex Garland. Ooh, it's a book. And Richard Ayoade presents The Grip of Film by Gordy LeSure. So I don't really know who that book's by or what the hell it's going on about. A complete A to W of movies. Gordy LeSure on action. There we go. And that's in that bundle as well. So that bundle of 5 for, let's see, £6.75. Something like that, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. The Martian by Andy Weir. Not read that one yet. I have just not long ago finished Project Hail Mary, which was brilliant. Loved it. But The Martian sold for £1.50. The film I've seen of that, and I will read the book at some point, but once I've seen the movie it's like, well, I want to read a book where I've not seen the movie, where it's going to be new, so I've not got to it yet. Simply Jesus, £2. 2 Stephen King's, vintage Stephen King's I should say. We've got Tommy Knockers and it's different seasons, isn't it? Yes, different seasons. So a couple of vintage editions of those. And what was that, £4.80? Yeah, let's call it £4.80. The Passage by Justin Cronin. Another cracking book. Well, the first half of it's brilliant, then it kind of goes off in one. And it stays off in one for the remainder of the trilogy. But as first half of books go, phenomenal. The second half is not bad, don't get me wrong, but the first half is just like brilliant. And that sold for money. £2. £2 for a hardcover. There we go. There's another hardcover in here somewhere. Yes, One of Us is Dead by Peter James. There we go. £2. Another hardcover, but it's only a little baby one this time. There we go. Wee baby hardcover book. Leon Soup, Salads and Snacks. So that's a restaurant, isn't it? Leon Restaurants have transformed lunchtime with their many flavourful alternatives to an energy-sapping sandwich. Tell you what, I am starving. I would love an energy-sapping sandwich right now. I've just not had time. But £1.50 for Leon. Which leaves me with one final book, which is kind of confusing because it's shown up twice, but I'm assuming it's the same order. AFS, did you do it? Yep. Sold to somebody who likes whacking their keyboard. Yeah, it's the same order. £1.25 for another of my preferred authors, Mr. Robert Harris, Pompeii. And that's the lot. That is all the sales. So I don't know how many books that was in total, but it was well over 100, maybe about 115, 120 books. Most of those sold yesterday. A handful of them did go out on Saturday, and I just didn't do much in the way of packing yesterday. I did pick and pack quite a few other orders over the day, so there's a few more than that actually went out. Some bundles of DVDs. Just have a wee look, see if there was anything curiosities. A couple of chess books. That was quite nice to see them moving. More cookery books. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. So that is everything. Everything that we have sold. So a good Sunday. If I could do that every day, I would be delighted, and it would keep us well on track for phase 2 of this mighty business that's really just me working for myself. But maybe one day it will be something more. Yeah, so I'm going to get this lot packed up anyway. Do some listing. May have something to eat. Maybe fit that in somewhere. That would be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, try and get another. Well, I like to list as much as I've sold at least, so I'll see how close I can get to that, because I'm kind of running out of time in the day, you know. I'll do some this evening. When I say the day, I mean during the daytime. I do have the evening as well, but I am trying to fit things into a working day because I'm thinking ahead. That's what you have to do. So, what was your favourite sale of the day? For me, it's definitely between the 3-body problem and these 4 little bad boys. Not just on value, just because they're the kind of more interesting items, the more interesting books. It's like got. I thought I had a page ripped out of it, but it doesn't. Yeah, but I like big bundles. I cannot lie. So if anybody's wanting big bundles, look me up, man. You know, hook you up with something good in that, innit? Right, okay. Thank you all for watching as ever. I will be back soon. I am waiting on a new laptop arriving so that I can actually do some proper editing, because I'm going to have to try and get the wee Chromebook to edit this thing together, and it's a freaking nightmare, man. It just dies constantly. I cannot cope with it, so I've picked up a wee cheapy second-hand laptop that's got reasonable processing power, even if the rest of it's utter crap, and that will mean that I can do a wee bit more with these videos. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm quite excited about doing that, because I used to love editing videos. Just can't do it with the tech I've got at the moment. So yes, enough. Stop talking, Ian. Go away. Get on with your day. You lot get on with your day, and I shall see you soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.